How's it going, everyone? My name is Dylan Walker for Yahoo Esports. I've got TerrenceM here with me from Gale Forest. We are in DreamHack. We are in
DreamHack
Sweden
Summer,
at
yeah.
DreamHack Summer. You played in the Hearthstone event.
Tournament, yeah.
How'd you do?
I started off really strong, started 4-0, lost round 5, then I ended up finishing 6-3, so didn't make top 16, but top 24 is still good, and 6-3 is pretty good too.
Okay, so this is last time I talked to you. We were at
Yeah.
DreamHack Austin. We are on the other side of the planet now. Has that are you feeling jet lagged, or you like Sweden so far?
Yeah, Sweden's so fun, and I am so jet lagged.
Can you tell me, has the meta changed since I talked to you in Austin?
Yeah, the meta has actually changed a lot. With my lineup, I kind of tried to cover everything, like the really control lineups and the more mid-range aggro lineups, but I ended up only playing one of the control lineups in my 9 rounds, so my lineup being spread out kind of hurt me. Like, the decks weren't as optimal as they could have been, where if I targeted like more mid-range aggro, I'd have 8 good matchups and then 1 okay, so like it would have went a little bit better that way. There's a lot more mid-range hunter, which did really well against my lineup. I wasn't prepared for it that much, and that was really strong. It 3-0'd me once and then almost swept me another time. So there's definitely a big change. There's not as much greedy decks like the Enzoth Paladin that Chalky did well with, or Priest. Like, those decks I didn't see at all. And it was all just mid-range Shaman, aggro Shaman, mid-range Hunter, Zeus, stuff like that.
Who are some of the other pros around here that maybe I should talk to? Did you play anybody that I might know of?
All right, so JJ, Super JJ, and Frozen, they top 16 at Austin, and they top 16 here, so that's really consistent for them. And other players are Michelle Gruner, who's battle tag I forgot, but he's a really good Yu-Gi-Oh player, and it's his first big Hearthstone event, and he went 7-2. So I really think he's gonna do well because of how well he did in Yu-Gi-Oh.
So you are 1 point away, right? It's 13.
There's no set in stone number. It's just top 128, but I'm pretty much guaranteed at this point.
Well, I was talking to Firebat outside.
Yeah.
We were, and he was telling me that it's a little bit random with points. Like, sometimes there'll be tournament organizers that just want you to come. Sometimes people even make up tournaments and will write people's names in, and somehow those points will randomly get assigned to people. Has this been a problem for you at all? I know that there's also this huge grind on the last day on ladder, and it becomes exponentially more when you lose and win matches.
Yeah.
Do you ever run into any problems with the current system they have in place?
Definitely. Not with the tournament side. I've seen Reddit drama about whole tournament getting fixed and people just being given death losses by the admins, and then no one says anything about it. So that's a problem, and I think there should be a little bit of a barrier to entry for the weekly tournaments. It's nice that there's a lot, but there should be a standard for them. As far as ladder, it's such a grind. There's been a day where I played 14 hours and then ended up at 120, so I just get nothing out of it. So it's really big. When you get to around 150, you get 5 points for a win, and then you lose 40 for a loss. So it becomes a big struggle at the end of the season. So players like Muzzy, who ended up top 10ing 5 or 6 months in a row, they usually try and get a top 10 a week or 5 days before, so that you can kind of sit on the last day and don't have to go through all the craziness. So that's definitely a good strategy.
Right on. Well, I want to say best of luck in the prelims for summer here. Thanks for talking to me. Everybody else, this is Yahoo Esports.